If your kid's trampoline is already down a spring or two, or you're just tired of metal coils pinching bare feet, bungee cord trampolines solve that exact problem. They swap steel springs for stretchy cords, so there's no pinch point and a softer landing. I went through 6 bungee trampolines actually sold on Amazon right now, checked what's really inside each one, and ranked them worst to best. Let's start at the bottom. Number 6 is a basic 36-inch kids trampoline with a foldable bungee rebounder system. It's a small indoor unit built around an adjustable handrail that swaps between an 18-inch and a 36-inch grip width, so it can genuinely grow with a toddler for a couple of years, instead of being outgrown in a season. The padded cover wraps the frame and bungee points, and the whole thing folds flat, which matters if you're in an apartment and this thing needs to disappear under a bed between uses. Here's the honest problem with it. There's no established brand behind it. This isn't Skywalker or SkyBound with a decade of safety testing and a public track record. It's a generic listing, and the company isn't publishing a weight capacity anywhere I could verify. That's not a deal breaker for a 2 or 3-year-old, but it does mean you're trusting a name you've never heard of with your kid's first bouncing experience. My verdict? This is the let's see if she even likes jumping trampoline. Cheap way to test the waters before you spend real money on something bigger. Don't expect it to survive being the family's only trampoline for years. Number 5 is the JumpKing 36-inch toddler trampoline with bungee cords. JumpKing's been in the trampoline business for over 2 decades, so there's at least a real company behind this one. It's got a powder-coated, rust-resistant frame, an oversized safety pad that covers the bungee cords and frame edges, and 5 plastic-capped legs that won't scuff your floors. The catch is, right there in the spec sheet, the maximum weight capacity is 85 pounds. That's a small toddler, full stop. Not 2 kids taking turns. Not an older sibling joining in. And a few reviewers on other retail sites have mentioned that because it runs on bungee cords instead of springs, the bounce feels noticeably softer and less energetic than what they were used to, and that the fabric cover around the cords tends to shift and need readjusting. That's their experience, not a universal complaint, but it's worth knowing going in. Verdict: solid if you specifically want the safety upside of bungee cords for one small child, and you're not expecting a lively bounce. Just don't buy this thinking it'll last through toddlerhood into grade school. Number 4 is the Skywalker Trampoline's 48-inch round space adventure mini trampoline. Skywalker's been making trampolines since 2005, and this one uses stretch bands instead of metal springs, wrapped in a padded frame with a stabilizing handlebar and a soft padded cover for climbing on and off. The enclosure net is sewn directly to the jump mat, so there's no gap for little feet or toes to slip through. Here's the thing worth knowing. Unlike Skywalker's 60-inch sibling, which clearly publishes a 100-pound weight limit, I couldn't find a specific published weight capacity for this 48-inch version on the Amazon listing itself. Skywalker's a real established brand, so I trust the safety engineering. But if your kid is already sized past toddlerhood, sizing up to the 60-inch version, which we'll get to, is probably the safer call. Verdict: a well-built mini trampoline from a brand with a real reputation, best suited to the toddler range it's clearly designed for. Quick heads up before we keep going. Everything so far has been an indoor or mini trampoline, capped under 120 pounds. Coming up, we start climbing into trampolines with real weight capacity, including one that ended up on top of this whole list because of exactly how much it can hold. Stick around for that. Number 3 is the Skywalker Trampoline's 60-inch round Seaside adventure mini trampoline, and this is where the established brand advantage really shows up. It runs on 36 stretch bands, has a clearly published maximum user weight of 100 pounds, is recommended for ages 3 to 7, and comes with a 3-year warranty on the frame and a 1-year warranty on the jump mat, springs, and enclosure poles. It's also got a 360-degree padded handlebar, which the 48-inch version further down this list doesn't specifically call out. The catch: 100 pounds is still a single-child rating. Same limitation as everything else in this size range. And being physically bigger than the 48-inch version means it's less of a grab-and-fold option if you're tight on storage space. Verdict: if you want the best mini trampoline on this list, with real published specs and a warranty backing it up, this is it. Before the top 2, everything from here on out is a full backyard-sized trampoline, not a mini. That changes both the price and what bungee cords are actually protecting your kid from, because we're talking about a trampoline the whole family can use, not just a toddler bouncer. Number 2 is the SkyBound Springless Trampoline, available in 6, 8, and 10-foot sizes, and I'm putting the 8-foot version here specifically. SkyBound's whole pitch is replacing metal springs entirely with bungee cords, and they back it with a lab claim that their cords hold up through 300,000 jumps compared to roughly 80,000 for a standard spring. The mat connects to the safety net with a zipper system that leaves no gap for feet to slip through. The enclosure poles are curved fiberglass instead of rigid metal, and the whole thing carries a 5-year warranty and meets ASTM safety standards. SkyBound also says the 6 and 8-foot sizes are compact enough to use indoors, which is unusual for a trampoline this size. Here's an important catch, and it's not really about this trampoline, it's about the brand. SkyBound also sells a completely different line called the Curved Pole Series, in 10 to 14-foot sizes, that uses 72 standard metal springs, not bungee cords at all. Same company, similar sounding name, totally different mechanism. When you're shopping, make sure the listing you click actually says Springless or bungee cords in the title, not just SkyBound. Or you could end up with the exact spring-based trampoline you were trying to avoid. Verdict: a genuinely well-engineered backyard trampoline with real safety upgrades, as long as you buy the right listing. And number 1, the best bungee trampoline for kids on this list, is the SkyBound 10-foot Springfree trampoline. This is the same springless line as our number 2 pick, just sized up, and the numbers back up the top spot. 88 individual bungee cords, a manufacturer weight recommendation of 330 pounds on the frame, a roughly 11-foot 3-inch overall diameter, the same zipper-sealed no-gap enclosure design, and certification to 4 separate ASTM and safety standards, F963, F381, F2225, and AS4989. It carries the same 5-year warranty as the smaller sizes. The honest catch? 330 pounds sounds like a party, but National Trampoline Safety Guidance is still 1 jumper at a time. So that number is about durability and stability, not how many kids can bounce together. You'll also need real yard space. The 10-foot frame plus SkyBound's recommended 3 feet of clearance around it adds up fast. My verdict? This earns the top spot because it's not a scaled-down toy version of a trampoline. It's a full-size backyard trampoline, with the safety benefits of bungee cords built in from the ground up, backed by real certifications and a genuine warranty. If you've got the space and the budget, this is the one. So here's how I'd sort all 6 by what you actually need. If you just want to test whether your toddler even likes jumping before spending real money, start with the basic 36-inch Bungee Rebounder or the JumpKing at the bottom of this list. If you want an established brand with a real safety track record behind a mini trampoline, go Skywalker. The 48-inch if space is tight, the 60-inch if you want the published weight limit and the warranty. If it's genuinely a shared piece of equipment for an older kid or the whole family, the upper bounce hexagonal earns its higher capacity. And if you've got yard space and want something that's still going to be standing in 5 years, the SkyBound 10-foot Springfree is the one to get. Links to every single one of these, numbered to match this list, are down in the description. A couple of these come in multiple sizes or configurations, so double-check you're clicking the exact variant before you buy. If this saved you some research time, do me a favor and subscribe. There's more of these breakdowns coming.